You are now tuned in to My Skin is My Sin on Blog Talk Radio. From goons to gods, we welcome everyone. We only have one rule, and that's be respectful. You are now tuned in to My Skin is My Sin on Blog Talk Radio. From goons to gods, we welcome everyone. We only have one rule, and that's be respectful.
Holla at us next week, man.
No doubt, man, and definitely shout out to the family, liberationmindedmedia.net. That is Black Eye Stand, Do the Knowledge Radio, The Rundown with Renee, and My Skin is My Sin. And don't forget to share the show, man. If you check it out today, or if you check it out next week, or if you check it out in 1,000 years, and if you are that motherfucker that digs us up in 1,000 years, you are the most phenomenal individual to ever walk the galaxy for digging up this greatness and still share our shit, man. Shout out to you. Don't forget to check out the websites, embroshell.com, designsbymonet.com, and myskinismysin.net.
Your call is important to us. Please continue to hold, and we'll be with you shortly.
Thank you for holding. How can I be of service to you today?
Yes, I have this recurring charge on my monthly statement, and I can't figure out what it's for.
Well, we'll certainly do our best to help you. What does the charge say on your statement?
Well, it's a $275 charge, and it just says Iraq War.
Yes, ma'am, that is correct. The Iraq War cost the average American family over $16,000 since the war started.
Are you kidding? Well, I never signed up for that.
I'm sorry, ma'am. You don't sign up for the Iraq War charge.
Tell me, have you enjoyed your war so far?
It's a standard charge for all Americans.
Have you gotten a picture of who they are?
Well, that doesn't make any sense.
Did some men in a cave knock down your tower?
While you're still in line, can I interest you in our new monthly Iran War charge?
No,
Are you gonna behave or lay next to flowers?
Thanks for calling the United States.
Wake up, sleepyhead. It's after 8, you're late, get out of bed. Fuck what a spectator said. Scientific dictatorship straight ahead. Rise and shine, sleepyhead. It's after 8, you're late, get out of bed. This is a bucket of water on your head, you're asleep. You might as well be dead.
Thanks for holding. How can I help you today?
Yes, I've been on the phone over and over with you guys trying to get this recurring charge for the Iraq War off my statement.
Iraq was just an hors d'oeuvre. Do you understand?
$16,500 my family's paid so far since the war began.
They are openly planning to neuter Iran.
I just can't afford to pay it anymore. I've lost my job.
Do you like to see children get killed in your name?
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, but that doesn't mean you get to stop paying the charge.
When you're paying your taxes, you're playing their game. You better wake up, sleepyhead. It's after 8, you're late, get out of bed. Fuck what a spectator said. Scientific dictatorship straight ahead. Rise and shine, sleepyhead. It's after 8, you're late, get out of bed. This is a bucket of water on your head, you're asleep. You might as well be dead.
We're making America safer. We have to fight them over there.
Will you ever just stop and listen to what you're saying?
No, sir. It's against company policy.
What's good, fam? This is Jobs, and you are tuned in to My Skin is My Sin. How you do? Oh, my bad. From goons to gods, we welcome everyone. We only have one rule, and that's be respectful. I'm not sure why I dropped the ball on that one. I guess because I had some shit on my mind, and what I plan on doing. And shout out to those few people that are tuning in. Definitely appreciate that. But I really need to talk about first and foremost. I need to get some shit off my chest as far as this upcoming presidential election, and I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. I'm not gonna vote. I'm tired. I've voted enough in my lifetime where I feel like I've earned the right to say, hey, maybe what I was doing was wrong. Because nothing has changed, and I'm tired. I'm really disappointed and I won't say disappointed. I don't know why. I guess I am disappointed, and I guess the optimist in me at least expected some type of fairness from the Democrat side. I'm not a Bernie fan by any stretch of the imagination. I'm actually not. But there is actual proof that this man was shitted on in the election against Hillary Clinton, and they doing exactly the same thing again. Which even though he has not put forth a policy specific to black folks, he has put forth some policies that I think would benefit us. But there's some shit about the cat I don't like. But this isn't about whether I want to vote for him or not. It's about the malicious attempt by the leaders of the DNC to dictate who we should vote for. There's an article, and when was that? In Politico, November the 2nd, 2017. And Donna Brazile wrote this article. And if you're not familiar with who Donna Brazile is, she used to run the DNC. I don't know how long she was in charge, but she was in charge nonetheless. And at the time, Bernie Sanders had requested that she look into this and see if there was some legitimacy to. And let me get some of this off the screen. I'm sorry, I thought I had already done that. And just give me 1 second, because that's bothering me right quick. And let me remove that. And what was that? Oh, that right there. All right, bet. My bad for that. But she ended up doing an investigation. And what she found was not illegal, and she wrote this article. It was unethical. And apparently like she replaced somebody. Debbie Wasserman Schultz is who she replaced. And per her article, Debbie Wasserman Schultz was asleep at the wheel. I'm paraphrasing, but if you read the article, you'll get exactly what I'm saying. She was literally asleep at the wheel, and she literally made a deal 4 months after Hillary Clinton announced that she was going to run for the president, that the Clinton campaign would dictate how things will go for the DNC for the duration of the campaign, because the DNC was horribly in debt, and Hillary Clinton's campaign in exchange would pay off that debt. And they had a whole scheme how they was donating to state campaign places who would funnel the money to the federals. None of it was illegal per this article, but extremely unethical. And so there was actual proof, and someone actually who was there, who did the work themselves, on record saying that he got shitted out of being the nominee the first time. They are literally doing the same thing. It's an end around this time. If you notice, who's dropped out thus far, Pete Buttigieg dropped out, immediately endorsed Biden. Oh my goodness. Bloomfield drops out, immediately endorses Biden. And it was somebody else that dropped out. I can't think of the name right now. It eludes me. but immediately endorsed Biden. Like, if you can't see the writing on the wall with this shit, I'm not sure what we can see, to be quite honest. This one right here is just blatantly obvious that for some reason the Democrats, well, I know what it is that they just don't want anything to change except for them being in power. Because if you ask me, Joe Biden is Donald Trump for the Democrats. Somebody that would be completely in over his head. He may not be as malicious with his bumbling, but does the same amount of bumbling nonetheless. Not a Biden fan at all. You know, and he has been purposely destructive to our community. And he all shucks it off. I'm not on that shit. So you're not about to scare me into voting for the lesser of two evils. I'm not doing that shit this year. I'm going to sit at home and I'm not going to do anything. Period. And yeah, you know, I know my ancestors, yes, I look at it as some of my ancestors have died for my right to vote. I truly appreciate that sacrifice. But I don't think that they died for me not being allowed to vote for who I want to vote for. Because then do you really have a right to vote at that point? You know, it's like they teach you in nursing school. Like you want to try to, like for certain patients, you want to try to give them two options for the same goal. Example, Mrs. So-and-so, do you want to take a shower now or at 9 p.m.? So the goal is Mrs. So-and-so takes a shower, but she feels like she got a little ownership of the decision. When in actuality, they don't. Same shit. You're telling me who you think is best for me. These the same geniuses that swore up and down that Donald Trump would never become president. Now, all of a sudden, I am supposed to trust your expertise and your wisdom on political matters. No. You want to get Biden in, vote for that motherfucker yourself. I'm only speaking to the presidential election. Let me make that clear, and I'm sorry. And that's why I put that up there. I will not vote for president. Like, I agree with you. Like, down ballot, the local shit and stuff like that, extremely important. I highly recommend, strongly recommend, urge you and your loved ones to go vote for that shit, because that shit does have a direct effect on your life. Whether you believe that or not, it does. You get to vote on who the prosecutor is. Judges, you get to vote for them. I'm all with that. I implore you to do that. But when it concerns the president, and I know we've all heard the Electoral College. It's not a fictitious story. It's a fact. We're all up on that. You know, it made me feel better in the past to vote for president. It really did. It made me feel phenomenal to vote for Obama. It really did. But this time, I feel like, and I wrote a post the other day that Biden is using black folks like that old pair of boots that you break out to go cut the grass. And I'm not seeing anything actionable on his part that would in any way enhance our lives. Right? Yeah, I'm skipping the presidential vote. And I know people going to be mad at me. I should vote anyway. Yes, well, if you don't vote, that's a vote for Trump. Oh, freaking well. I lived through Ronald Reagan. He literally put crack in our neighborhoods. If I can make it through Ronald Reagan in the inner city of Detroit, then I could make it through another 4 years of Donald Trump. But I am tired of my vote being taken advantage of, and I'm not getting anything at all that changes not only my life, but the lives of those I love. And we have been getting played to, and I love politics. I really do. I've always been that cat that just for whatever reason, I know this shit's a dirty ass sport. I get that. I understand that. But I've always been into politics. I really have. But this time, I just can't stomach this shit no more. It is embarrassing to the point that I would be side-eyeing every Democratic and Republican way more than I was ever in the past. I must admit that I had the wool over my eyes with the Democratic Party, and I felt, I fell for the okie doke. I slipped on the banana peel, the whole nine. I did. I always thought that from a conscious standpoint, from an ethics standpoint, that they were superior to the Republicans. They are not. They are the same shit. It's a lot of people out there that think Bernie Sanders should be president. And y'all stealing it from this man. You setting up rules and then changing the rules because you don't like the person that's actually winning. So you go behind his back and orchestrate basically the biggest power move since Hillary Clinton in the DNC. For a guy that can barely remember what he is saying. People don't want to hear that shit. The man is almost 80 years old. I'm old. I know there is certain shit that right now I can't do as well or at all that I could do when I was 20. People will say that's ages. It is. That is also life. Anybody that you know that has grown older is losing a step in anything in life. He is not up to the task. I mean, I'm not saying, not that my opinion counts on who to vote for. I don't know if there's a perfect candidate. There's no such thing as a perfect candidate. And I don't know who y'all voting for, but I'm not voting for president if Biden is nominated. And again, and to the point where I'm gonna have the DNC stop sending me shit. Not that I ever signed up for it, but over the years, typically that's how I voted. So they just send you shit. I don't want to be bothered. Let me do my own research. Please don't contact me. And if you happen to see this and you work for the DNC, please inbox me and maybe we can get that happen expeditiously. Because y'all screwed up so bad. And I can't I would be remiss. Now, I'm not even going to lie. I would be remiss. I'm disappointed in some of our older sisters. I am. That you so beholden to this man Biden that I can't understand it. And if I'm wrong, please somebody tell me why. Tell me why. What is he proposed that you are fully aware, not even fully aware of, 25% aware of, that he has proposed that you feel will benefit you? I'm curious. Because y'all drive the voting ticket in our community, black women. You do. And I can't, I can't speak for y'all, but please reconsider what you are doing, because you're being complicit in what's becoming a pattern. At this point, they are so emboldened on the DNC's part that they feel like they can prop anybody they choose up there to run. They are taking away your voices, and they are doing it under the guise that Trump is such the boogeyman, which I'm not a Trump fan. I can't stand Trump. He is a horrible president, in my opinion. But vote for somebody not just to beat that guy. Vote for somebody that you think will improve the life of your community as well as yourself. and because we're it's gonna be the same thing. They're gonna spend up a whole bunch of money they don't have. The pattern just repeats, and they just switch players. Like, I don't even think the Republicans actually believe, like, they didn't think Trump could win either. They didn't. Like, I remember Lindsey Graham slamming dude. Like, he was a joke. He really was. He was a joke that won. And every pundit, and I watch CNN, I watch MSNBC, I even watch Fox just to see what the hell they up to. You name the news channel, I have watched it or currently watch it. And everybody from both sides did not believe that guy would win. And he won. So to sit up here and say that you know what's best for your constituents to the point that you are denying them their ability to vote for themselves is ridiculous. So you can argue with me if you would like. That's cool. But I will not vote for the president this year. It's not happening. And there is nothing that anybody is going to be able to say, do, or show me to convince me otherwise. I'm tired. I have voted, Jesus Christ, 30 years? 29 years? Straight. Now, of course, it's not for president 29 years straight, but you get my point. I've been voting for 29 years. Makes it sound better. Anyway, I'm just not doing it this year. I'm just not. And I did have a couple of joints that I did want to play before we get up out of here too. And do me a favor, leave a comment. What do you think? And if I'm wrong, you can politely have a discourse with me. You don't have to, cuss me out and say how stupid I am or cuss somebody else out because they may agree with me. Please don't do that. We don't tolerate that, man. We only have one rule over here, man, and that's be respectful. But I did want to, since I got a couple people's attention, I want to put you up on some music that I've heard that I just think is dope. Sometimes we do this. We just listen to a couple of tracks. But you heard that first one. I've never heard of Payday Mansana. Apparently, behind the 8 ball on that one. Yeah. Apparently, the dude, I'm not sure who that is. They didn't really show it in the video, but I just thought the song was appropriate. And you tell me, if you are voting for the president, why? What are you honestly going to get from voting for the president? That's what I need to know. And at what point do we realize, as apparently, like they tell us on CNN every night, black folks are the Democratic base? Why are our folks out there getting other people on instead of ourselves? Answer me that. People have been saying it for years. It ain't just me that we need another party system. Why can't we be that other party system? If we are the base, what happens if we all dip? Hey, I'm all for you, bro. Vote for Yang. I'll take a stack a month. I will. That's just me. As soon as he said that works for me. I ain't have to look no further. But dude was just boring. But I like that idea. And it's not like it's outlandish. I believe there are other countries across the planet that do similar things. So I'm not opposed to that at all. And like I say, I don't really care who you vote for. Just don't get mad at me because I'm not going to. I think that we all have that right. And let me get this shit together. Oh, we all have that right. And we can exercise that too, because not voting in big enough chunks speaks volumes sometimes. I'm just saying. At some point, we got to protest with not doing shit. And let them fall on their face. And next time they'll listen. Anyway, I'm going to check out this joint called Prayer by a cat named Alaz. And I had the fortune of seeing him live a couple of weeks ago. And dude is fucking phenomenal, I must admit. So let me know what you think about this one.
Bismillah. Yeah. So I'ma take my time with this one, man, but y'all can just do me a favor real quick. And nod your head. In the name of the one Lord, I say praise God. There's hallelujah. Woo. Alhamdulillah. Rasta men say Jah, them Hebrews they say Yahweh. Some folk they say Jehovah, some folk they say Namaste. In the name of the one Lord, I say praise God. There's hallelujah, woo, alhamdulillah. Now some folk gon' say yay, other folk gon' say nay. Hey, I respect you, so respect me and just let me pray. I'm working on my 5 times like I lost my watch, I gotta find time. At times we can lose our minds, caught up in the grind. I know I had to find mine. Now look, I don't know your life, but I do know mine, so I can speak on that. Lessons learned in my life, I put them on the mic like 23 in red and white. My flag fly red and white, ain't killing, we healing with the truth, bringing dead to life, cause that's what the truth do. I was lost in the darkness, but now I done seen the light. So don't bring me the hype, bring me the heaven. Not when I die, now when I'm living. Righteousness is not a ritual, it's the spiritual that's beyond a religion. I used to pray a whole lot, but had a whole lot missing. Had a hole in my soul cause I talked to God, but I never would listen. I had to find my faith, more than words in a book. Ay, it's the life I live, it's the love I give, in the verse and the hook. Because God is love, so it's love I share. Spread love to the whole universe, every verse, that's my prayer. Ay, say that's my prayer, yeah, yeah, say that's my prayer. Spread love to the whole universe, every verse, that's my prayer.
Tuned in to My Skin Is My Sin. From goons to guys, we welcome everyone. We only have one rule, and that's be respectful. I won't like it. You won't like you. Why you gonna tell me some shit like that, man? I want to call up and tell you some shit you don't want. You're not gonna like. And then you're just gonna tell me I'm not gonna like it, but you know for a fact that I'm gonna get it. But come on, damn, what is the number? Shit, 216-539-0659. And let me hook something up then, since you want to call. Oh, okay, yeah, we should be good anyway. We'll just move that up a little further. Yeah, so call up when you're ready, man. But tell me where I'm wrong. You know, I have for years, you know, I have always been one of those people. I'm switching sides, basically. You know, I've always been one of those, you should vote. People die for you to vote. I feel you on that one there, Open. And yes, it is true. I get it, but I just can't stomach it anymore. And you tell me why you can. Oh, all right. And I feel you on that. Some people are gonna disagree. Like I did, I posted something about it, and somebody had already disagreed. And shout out to that king. I forget your name, Abraham, I believe it is. And I can tell you in a second. Yep, Abraham. Shout out to you. And I don't mind people disagreeing. Y'all already know that. But in this instance, I think our focus should be more on the senators in our respective states. We need to be focusing on those races ourselves. Especially in the larger states, we have a huge voice that we're not using. Especially with the Senate, those are the ones that, like, for the Supreme Court, they get to pick. Like, that shit makes a difference, and people don't understand. Like, the Supreme Court justice they don't get fired. They can be a justice until they decide they don't want to be a justice no more, whether they're 99 years old or 47. I don't know if it's going to be a national protest, bruh. I just don't. I think that because of our, the extreme injustices throughout the history of our being in this country, that we side-eye everything, which is a valuable tool for us. We just, you're not just going to pull the wool over our community's eyes on most things. I don't think that I don't think they're going to get it. I don't think it's going to be a national protest by all American citizens. I just don't. I do think that Trump is probably going to win. Probably will. And you know what? I'm still going to go back to the job I got. We still going to go through the same, our thing's probably going to get worse. Yes, they probably are. I'm not even going to lie. But again, I'm old enough to have kind of lived through this whole process before. So it doesn't affect me mentally, I guess, like the sky is falling. Because the first time, you kind of didn't realize you was going through it because that was the first time. And hold on one second. Let me get to another song right quick because I gotta take a call.
Yes, this is melanated greatness. Can you feel the power in the statement? Mind insomnia, I'm so awakened, this is Satan. I feel so amazing.
Looking for a reason, blame it on my melanated greatness. More than just a conscious rapper, overall I am the greatest. My kindness ain't no weakness, on the slick they really hating. I know they want my spot, but they could never ever take it. No, this ain't no movie, so it ain't no trading places. Very unappreciative, nothing about them gracious. No, I ain't no doctor, but they testing all my patience. They the common denominator to the equation. My essence black as tar, my spirit on fire, blazing. Step up in the room, you're feeling my vibration. Embracing voodoo and moving like I'm a Haitian. Drive for Hayroof, make moves across the nation. Just like you, Sarah, I studied a master basics. Black of all trades.
All right, shout out to Break the Foundation. That's Melanated Greatness. Go check that shit out. It's on all the streaming platforms, I do believe. But yeah, I had to take a phone call, so my bad. But yeah, man, bro, that's true. The fact that people won't vote for a president, it does. It helps Trump. It is, But the Democrats have shot themselves in the foot over this shit. Like, you clearly are taking L's irregardless. You took an L to a chipmunk. Literally. At that point, you need to reassess everything and say, yes, maybe we are going in a different direction. And you had plenty of ample time to prepare people for what was to come. And instead, what you said was, nope, we're going to repackage the same shit and see if we can sell it to them in the same fashion. Only now we got the boogeyman. This is the most important vote of our lives. You know how many fucking times I've heard that? I get it. The dude is a horrible president. I understand that. I truly do. I agree with you on that one. But I do not agree with you to the point of rigging shit. Nor do I agree with who you rigged it for. Again, you're not mad at Trump. You don't have your own Trump. What y'all really want is somebody that you can bully shit through and benefit you and your people. Yeah. I mean, you know what? Like Yang, I just it's him, bruh. Like, for whatever reason, people want a president that they like. Whatever side of the coin you on. They want somebody they feel like, is going to be there in the clutch, but you also want to go to the bar and hang out with. They want like the perfect person. And Yang, despite having some very good ideas, he's just not good at engaging people with his ideas. Like, some people are meant to be scientists. They just kind of wired a certain way where they don't really want to be around a whole bunch of people, and that kind of gears them towards a particular profession. Maybe an accountant or something like that. But somebody that does party planning obviously likes people a lot. You get what I'm saying? And Yang was just not a people person. Well, where's he at? Like, if I'm the only one saying that, then I must be right. Because I've been saying it for a long ass time, and you know that. And he dropped out long ass time ago. So, like, I'm not sure, like, what other excuse he would have. You've got great ideas, and you just, I don't know. You tell me, bro. Damn, what was I about to say? But that would be, yeah, you definitely need to tell me why you think he is no longer in the race. But I just find it, man, it's just incorrigible. No, I've seen him speak on several occasions, bruh. Like, and how many times do I need to see somebody speak to know that either they got it or they don't? Again, like, he's a likable guy, but he's likable, like, at work likable. It's not likable like, yeah, let's go to the bar Friday night. And for whatever reason, that's basically Joe Biden's whole spiel. Is I'm the lovable, goofy grandfather type that has just enough experience, allegedly, to be able to steer the ship. But people buy into that shit, man. And that's what like I'll go back to Ronald Reagan. People like at the time, oh my God, like if you're a Republican, like, you fawning all over the guy. Like, he could do no wrong. They thought he was the coolest motherfucker ever, and the president. Bill Clinton, same shit. When he got on Arsenio Hall and played the saxophone, oh man, everybody lost their mind. He was the coolest cat ever. And that's what people buy into that more so than their own self-interest a lot of times, which is crazy. Having 1 million followers, bruh, is not the same as being able to get on stage and convince people that your good ideas are superior than the next person in some way, shape, fashion, or form. Like, Bloomberg's got $64 billion, bruh. He owns corporations, has his own media shit. Like, that dude, like, has got a shitload of followers. It doesn't make him engaging. He's a boring cat. Not to mention, he did some fucked up shit over the years. A lot of fucked up shit. But when you got $64 billion, people tend to overlook your fucked up shit. Yeah, he is a likable guy. Like, yeah, I'm not disputing that Yang is alike. I'm just saying there's like, and you know this, bro. There's certain dudes that you like, man, that guy's a nice guy. But you're not inviting them over to the cookout. You're not going to the bar, hanging out. He just happens to be a nice person. At no point in my life would I ever consider, even if I met Andrew Yang, would I even think to be like, yeah, what you drinking? Yeah, I get you on that, but I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about in general. Most people want to feel comfortable with the president. You're missing the point, bro. Because it's not about you. It's about in general with people. And they've done studies on this shit, man. People have to feel like they like the person that they're voting for. Whether you like that person or not is a whole different situation. But for that particular individual, they have to feel, generally speaking, that is how voters vote, bro. Like, that's not the only thing, but that definitely goes into the equation. Most people are not going to vote for somebody that they don't like. Matter of fact, I'll tell you another thing. Most people will not, like, let's say there's a surgeon who's the best on the planet, but he is a complete asshole. There are a lot of people that will go for the second best guy that's a little nicer. And that's not an opinion right there. That's a fact. I have seen that on numerous times. So, people underestimate people's liking people. That is just human nature, open mind excluded. But it is human nature to be more favorable in any situation to somebody that you like. I don't think that that's an opinion right there. I think that's actually a fact. I didn't Google it, but I'm sure somebody will, and you can let me know. But anyway, it just... well, if there have been studies on shit like this, bruh, and there have, they've actually spoken to people that have voted and asked their opinion. Now, their collection of opinions at some point becomes statistically factual. It doesn't mean that it extrapolates to the population as a whole per se, but it's just the general thought is that people, bruh, you can look it up yourself, man. Look it up yourself, bruh. Because I'm right, man. It's the same shit like when you in high school, the likable person gets most popular. Generations change. Human behavior does not change much. The technology changes. But human behavior is that if you, it gets down to even so shallow if they think you're attractive. They're more prone to treat you favorable if they think you are an attractive person. Same thing with if they like you. Like you're going to tell me that just on a personal level, if you don't like somebody at work, you're not hanging out with them, right? If you like somebody, you might not hang out with them, but you'll have conversations at work. Nah, if that's your peoples, that's a whole different level. But just on those two things, like when you don't like somebody, you're not having any conversation that does not pertain to the function of y'all two jobs. Somebody that you like at work, yeah, you're going to have conversations with. You're treating them more favorable because for whatever reason, y'all have bonded on some small level. That happens. And if something happened to, let's say somebody stole a lunch out of the lunchroom, you would instantly, and if the rumor was it was either your peoples at work or the person you don't like, you would be more inclined to believe that it was the person you didn't like. Does that not make sense? You extrapolate that. It's to pretty much everything, bruh. You just do. But I didn't want to be on here too long, but I did need to get that out there a little bit, because I'm curious to see what other people think and what your opinions are. And don't forget, man, to check us out on blackspace.com. That's BLAQ space.com. It is a link in the subscription box with all our social media and everything. Check out liberationmindedmedia.com. Shit, I'm about to go, bruh. I understand you had to pick up the kids, but I'm hungry, man. I got to eat. But we'll definitely come on, bro. We'll talk about it. We'll do this again. I didn't even anticipate anybody really tuning in. I kind of wanted to just speak my piece and be out. But yeah, we'll link up, bro. And if go subscribe to Open Mind on YouTube, by the way. And that's Mind, MYND. And anyway, we out. Peace.